Hello there everyone, and welcome to my 100% playthrough of Ash's Afterglow on Apocalypse. This is MAP25, Biodome. Well. Biodome time, at last. Well, hope you enjoy this nice soothing room of blue bioluminescent mushrooms because we shan't be seeing them again. As you can see, we have a hell of a kill count in front of us, and a good bit of secrets, and also some things to find. So here we're going to be finding both the Superseeds, which are at the very end of the map, by the way, as well as some Spore samples. Now, in my practice run, I did find 5 of these, so I'm going to say that's all that are actually in the level. There is no live count for them, and the objective itself actually changes or updates when you find just 3. So you don't even have to find all 5, you just can if you want. Though it does behoove you to find all of them, because you can sell whatever excess you have to the doctor, if you don't still have all 5 of them, for some extra money. But let us begin. Ooh, this is a very impressive lobby. But, it's a little quiet. Let's wake up some trash hags, shall we? Oh, goodness, they're all in there. Oop, nope, I'm gone. Talk about a welcoming committee, huh? 10 trash hags total. Let's give Miss Gotcherbacky a good warm-up. She is now warmed up. Where are you slipping and sliding to? Oh, there we go. It was partially on top of this thing's hitbox. Anyway. Oh, yes. The ultimate destination of this hub, Biodome. Find those mysterious super seeds which can supposedly grow in any soil out there, as well as some Gasbag spores to do with what you please. You can side with any of the 3 factions. As I've already stated before, I'm going to be giving them all to the doctor. Now, what I didn't spoil yet, and I might as well do so now because we're in the map. If you side with Garavito or Kyle, you will use 3 of the ones in your inventory for those objectives. Or at least with Kyle, I know. I did side with the other 2 factions for the first time recently just to see what would happen. I didn't go all the way to the end of the game, so I don't know what the endings will be like, and I really don't care enough to find out. But that's how it goes. But if you side with neither of those guys, you can just give all 5 of your spores to the doctor, which will help her out immensely. And definitely the most moral, the most Paragon-like of the 3 choices to make there. But anyway, you guys enjoy this nice lobby? Well, I hope so. I hope you like big outside areas because welcome to the J.G. Ballard Botanical Garden. Look at how absolutely marvelously massive this place is. And this is just one area. Now, the reason I have the Junker Musket out is because we have some gas bags floating about. Now, in this first area here, the one that we're in, there are 6 total. So there's going to be 3 more. Those glowing things over there that look like a few green pustules right next to each other, those are the gas bag spores. That is what we are here to collect. Hello, did you just fly up there? I see you. Yeah, you ain't getting away from me. And that was something I was about to point out. So, the bushes way up there. Hi, how you doing? They do not have collision. And because gas bags fly, they can and oftentimes will, at least in the second big open area. They don't usually do it out here, but watch me jinx myself by saying that. They will oftentimes fly behind the bushes where you cannot see them. And obviously there is no way to actually get up there without using no-clip. So we may have to use no-clip to get every single one of the kills. Now, like I just said... Ah, there you are. Whew. Good. He heard my prayers. There's going to be another big, wide open area like this that has even more gas bags floating around. And it's in that area... Okay, good. IDT is not active. There's more of them, and at least one of them always is behind one of those high-up bushes. And I always have to freaking no-clip to get up to them. So... I'm going to offer another suggestion for a fix for future versions of this specific episode. Make it so those bushes up there have collision. Make it so they are invisible walls, and make it so the gas bags, like, make it so there's like an invisible ceiling too, so the gas bags can't hide behind there and not come out to you, because their pathfinding is not that good when they're that far away. So yeah, there's a little warning, but there were 6 here, we got all of them, so we're ready to move on. But before we do that, secret number 1 is right here on this ledge we're on. See that little crevice? Yeah, you see that little crevice. With a master blaster and a couple of armor scraps. Excellent. So, those spores up there are going to be the first of 5 that we collect. We can't get to them just now because there's no way directly up to there from here. We have to go around the back end. We're not going to be approaching that path until a good bit later. Well, it's closer than that. But later. Now, you can either go here next, or you can go all the way over to here. Which is what we're going to do. It doesn't really matter, because if you follow this path up, you will actually end up at the other opening that we saw anyway. But this is just to give you a perspective as to where that one path leads. Back onto the Skyway. And then those doors over there are currently locked, but we will be opening them from the other side, and that will be much later. Remember, Ashes does interconnecting pathways really well. But then in here is where the other lower level entrance is. Or it's a hallway that leads to it. As well as a brand new enemy. Yep. You hear those disgusting sounds? Remember how one specific NPC, I forget who it is, they said that if you die, you can turn into a gas bag, and then if there's more than one of you around, they turn into other forms? Well, say hello to the other form. That, ladies and germs, is the Gasbag colony. And oh boy, those things are nasty. They have a decent chunk of health, and they only have one attack. They send out these eyeball-looking projectiles that do have a limited homing capability towards you. And if those things all hit you, they're going to do some damage. But you just got to take cover, and you're perfectly fine. And there will be a few of them in this map, so just keep an eye out for them. But this is where the other lower-level entrance is, as you can see. Yep. But we're going to go back to the top, because not only is level progression that way, it is also the way to... Progression's that way, by the way. Secret number 2 is in here as well, all the way at the tippy top. Run across this duct all the way over to the catwalk, crouch under here, for a big old box of 12 gauge. And considering I just used 6 of my shells on a gas bag colony, that was very well needed. Alright, so let's see. I do technically need the 9mm magazine down there, but I'm not going to, because I only need 1 bullet, and that would be kind of a waste. But I'm not going to leave it here alone. Poor little magazine doesn't deserve to be here all alone like that. But, back where we took out the gas bag colony, inside here, we have a workshop with a workbench. I'm not going to be using the workbench. I think what I will do is, when we finally are ready to leave the second hub, that's when I will use the workbench again. I don't really have a need to do so right now, and also I kind of want to wait until we turn in everything and we do all the objectives so I can get as much junk as possible. And then, and of course, you know, scavenge as much junk here as I can before doing the workbench again. So down here is where we have to go, specifically out here. Watch out. I don't know what those things are called. The death message does not tell you when they kill you. If those things kill you, it just says, player mutated into spores. So I gave it my own name, and I'm calling it a spore flower. So that's a spore flower. One shot with a master blaster does the job. And the Master Blaster is going to be a very welcome weapon here. You'll see that here shortly. These doors only open from the other side, so we cannot open them right now. But if you go all the way up to these stairs, we come across another door that is only unlocked from the other side. But we can go ahead and preemptively take out those 2 spore flowers. And those things do count as kills, by the way. None of them are ever really hidden. They're usually in... Well, usually. They're always on the path you have to take. So missing them is nearly impossible with the exception of 1 or 2 certain areas, which we're actually about to get to now. But look out. Oh, yeah. You didn't think you were finished seeing these guys, did you? No siree. Matongos, they are back. And we are in their territory now. There is going to be... plenty of them. Oh, yeah. So that is actually where we have to go. This gate also cannot be opened from this side. But that way is level progression. But before we go that way, we're going to go into a somewhat optional area. Into... ooh, a dark and spooky maze. Now, it can get a little bit easy to be turned around in here. But if you use the auto map, that'll help you out. Let's actually zoom in on where we are. There we are. See? But when you get right down to it, these places or these mazes are actually quite linear. So getting lost in them isn't really possible, but you can get turned around. This specific pathway is optional. You just get some armor scraps and a bundle of shells and a kill. Don't miss the Matongo. So what I like to do here is I like to follow one way until I get to a junction. A fork in the road, if you will. And then go around the other way. Because the other way usually leads into the same junction. But there's items and kills and stuff to get, so you don't want to miss them. And we should see the dead Matongo body right... That was a flower. Where's the Matongo? Oh, there you are. Man, you were right behind that bush. No wonder I couldn't see you. But yep, we have covered all of our tracks so far. Now we just get to continue on. Okay. This fork, that way leads to the spores that we saw earlier. This way leads to what seems to be a dead-end path. But in fact, there is some junk, for one thing, and also... ooh, a mysteriously hollowed out tree. That leads up to here. That leads to a jump, which here's the other path of that junction, by the way. But jump across here for secret number 2 for a lot of junk. That was like, what, 5 or 6 pieces? Pretty cool. But take the other path now and just follow it all the way to the end. Up the stairs, back onto the skyway, and all the way at the end for spore sample number 1. We are doing just fine. Oh, did I say that was secret 2? I'm sorry, that was secret number 3. Yeah, secret number 2 was the catwalk secret. Yeah, that was secret 3 I just found, not 2. I'm having to keep note of too many things, and I will lose count way too easily. But that was the entire point of this first jungle maze, and yes, I did say first, there's going to be at least 2 more. Or at least 1 more, but maybe 2 more. The next of which is right up here. And this one is a bit more complicated. Use the spore flowers as landmarks, so you don't get too terribly confused. But again, if you do, just use the auto map. So we're actually going to go right this time first, because it leads nowhere. It is a dead-end path. So now you know which way not to go. Now up here we have another fork. We can go left or right. I am going to go to the right, which is another dead end. Great. So you have to go this way. And we come to yet another fork in the road. Well, this way just has ammo and a dead end, so we have to go this way. See? At the end of the day, they are fairly linear, so don't get too skittish around these parts. This one is definitely more of a maze than the other one, though. But there's a dead spore flower we can use as a point of reference, so we'll go left first again. And I believe this actually links with the other path, too. We're just going to check all of our corners. And yep, there's the spore flower. Okay. Yep, yep, yep. Now go this way. Oh, yes. Do you guys like matongos? Do you guys like an entire arena full of matongos? Oh, goodness. Oh, I don't like getting stuck and getting acid in the face. Hey. Play nice. Play nice. But yes, 4 matongos. 3 on the lower level with you, and 1 right up there. Oh, hey, ow. And yeah, sometimes the flame cloud effect can last for a while and obscure your vision a bit, but that's okay. They only hit me very minorly, and there's going to be plenty of painkillers around this entire map. Oh, yep, there's a Gasbag colony just on the other side of that wall, which we can't get to yet. We have to get up to there and jump across this fallen over tree. But we're not quite there yet. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. I'm going to take a right here because we have a spore flower to kill and, yes siree, spore sample number 2. And fortunately, that is the last of the spore samples that you find inside one of these very maze-like areas. So yeah, don't worry. You're not going to have to go into maze-like areas for all 5 of them. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Now, I believe it doesn't matter which way you go here, because I think this makes a figure 8. But there is another spore flower to kill, so be watchful. Spatially aware and all that good stuff. Yep, it just makes a figure 8. So we're going to go out here to where we killed the matongo on the upper level. There's his dead... I was going to say body, but I wouldn't really call that a body. How about a mass? It's a mass of vines and God knows what else. Thorns, which I guess is what their teeth actually is, just thorns. Yeah, those things are just freaky. Ugh. Imagine if those things existed in real life. Or those. Or especially those. So yeah, a good rule of thumb is to get in there, take your first shot, take cover just in case they're about to launch their attack, and then finish them off. And do not get too close when you kill them, because just like regular gas bags, those things will explode or rupture when you kill them. And I think their explosion does even more damage than a regular gas bag. But we're now finally free of the maze, and I'm pretty sure that is the only other one. And then over here is the gate, which we can now finally open. And there's the maze entrance. If ever there was a map that called for the use of interconnecting pathways, it was definitely this one. But, oh yeah, these things. So, I'll just demonstrate what those are. Hey, come on, Matongo, free food. You know you want this free buffet. Come on. Oh, you weren't supposed to blow those up. You done spoiled it. Now burn for your transgressions. Yeah. Those little red tomato-looking things are explosive vegetables. And they hurt. Yeah. So instead of explosive barrels like in Doom, we have explosive tomato things. And if you're a bunch of dumb matongos, you can just stand amongst a whole field of them and just die in one shot. Because the flame shot from the Master Blaster hurt them, as well as the explosive tomatoes. But anyway, we're going to see yet another one, who is also hiding amongst those tomatoes. And here is the other big, wide open area with a bunch of flying gas bags. So that was gas bag number 1. Now remember how in the first area I said there were 6 gas bags total, and we did find them all. Well, in this second big open area, there are 10 gas bags flying all about. On this difficulty, anyway. I don't know how different the enemy counts are on lower difficulties. I've never played on them, so this count is specifically for Apocalypse difficulty. So, I am going to attempt to keep count of how many gas bags I've killed. There's number 2. Because gas bags are not the only enemies in this area. There's number 3. In addition to the 10 gas bags, you also have 3 matongos, a lot of spore flowers. I don't bother counting them because there's really no need. You're not going to miss them in an area like this. And also 1 gas bag colony. And my fear is I'm going to get distracted by fighting mainly the Matongos, because they're the biggest threat, that I'll lose count of however many Gasbags I've killed. So far I've killed 3. There's going to be 7 more. Yeah, there's one of the Matongos over there. I'm going to carefully scout around with my scope while attempting to dodge Matongo acid. The 4th secret is out here as well. Oh, ow, ow. Hey, that burns. Stop that. There we go. I'm not sure what I was saying, but yeah, I wanted to go ahead and get rid of that Matongo over there so I can not get too distracted by how many Gasbags I have killed. And there is a Spore flower. You can kind of see his body way over there. That Spore flower is actually guarding, you can probably see it flashing, the 3rd Spore sample. That's right. Spore sample number 3 and secret number 4 are both out in this big wide open area. And I'm going to go ahead and get secret number 4. So we're going to drop down to the water in here. The slightly irradiated green water. I'm going to keep my musket out just in case I see any gas bags floating about. And go all the way to the end of this trench and find another crevasse. Or crevice, whatever. This time for a bag of ammo and 3 pieces of junk. And you can probably hear the Matongos skittering about upstairs. Ugh. I can't abide by those Matongos. Disgusting things. Repulsive, repugnant. They must die. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen more gas bags yet. That's probably not a good sign. I mean, if too many of them are hiding out, like I said, if I have to, I'll use IDDT. There's number 4. And I'll use IDDT if I have to find the other ones. I'm not going to let the game cheat me out of my kills, damn it. So that's 4 gas bags. Right around this corner here on the left side is the gas bag colony. Go ahead and take that thing out. And there's 2 Matongos over there. As well as gas bag numero 5. And I think I saw, yep, there's number 6. Alright, that's 6. I think another easy way to keep count is how many shots of the musket I've used to kill him. So there's number 7. 3 left. And I think all the other enemies aside from Spore flowers are dead. No, actually there's going to be another group of Matongos later, so not quite done. And yeah, blow those things up whenever you can, because an enemy may end up hitting them and cause them to explode on you, and they really do hurt, trust me. You don't want them exploding on you. So let's see. We have killed 7 gas bags. So the one that is often... Oh, kill you first. The one that is often out of reach is up there, and I guarantee you he's probably there again. And that one's pathfinding is so bad, he just stays up there, and you can never reach him. He never comes out to see you, so I have to no-clip my way up there. This door, by the way, we will open from the other side as well. So yeah, if there's one gas bag left and I can't find it, I guarantee you it's going to be right up there. This little area right there in the southeast area of this part of the map. But let's see if we can find the other 2. And hey, you know what? Maybe fortune will smile upon me this time and he won't be hiding. For the first time ever. Wouldn't that be nice? But let's not stress it too much. We will get them one way or the other. Yep, here comes the swarm of Matongos. Woo, look at all them Matongos. That, I think there's like 4 or 5. Ouch. You know what? I like to try luring as many of them. Oh, goodness, that hurt. Nope, nope, nope. That was a bad move. Oh, that was a worse move. You know what? Freaking... Yeah, that was stupid. Wow. I totally forgot about there being more of these exploding tomatoes. You know, in all honesty, this is probably the most desperate situation I've been in so far in the entire playthrough. I did have to use a couple of first aid kits, but I shan't use a third one. Actually, screw it. Yes, I will. We'll find some. But what I would rather find right now are at least 2 more gas bags. Pretty please. You know what? While we're waiting on them, though, let's go ahead and get the spore samples. So yeah, the journal just updated. Now it says to find a buyer for them instead of, like, find the source or whatever it said before. This door can now be opened because we're on the other side. And man, this backdrop is just insane looking. I love it. I don't like having to look for these stupid gas bags, though. Gas bags. Here, gas bags. No one's gonna kill ya. I promise. Okay, I never have to search for 3. What the hell? Did I freaking jinx myself? Are all 3 of you over here? I'm trying to keep my eyes as unfocused as I can so I can catch any minor movement in the background. Now, we will be coming back here later, or we can, once we come to the other side of this door here. But, oh, I really prefer not having to do that. And I definitely did not lose count. We've shot 7 of them. I think I may have reloaded my musket early. Wow, okay. Y'all are really just hiding up there? All 3 of you. All 3 of you. Man, y'all are shyer than usual. Okay. Oh, boy. That's kind of what I was afraid would happen. It's always on recording, too. Never on practice runs. Practice runs, I found 9 of them just fine. And it was only the 10th one, the usual culprit, that I had to go no-clip to get. Although, to be fair, it came really close to being 2 of them that I had to no-clip to get. But I'll make one last pass down this way. Y'all are stretching out this time. This is already a long map. I don't need you guys making it longer, pretty please. So yeah, this is the main reason why I was like, please give those bushes up there collision and make it so the gas bags can't fly past them. Or make it so you can actually climb up there, like put ladders over there or something. Alright. So I am going to cheat. Yes, I said I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to use IDT just yet. Let's see how many are up here. So there's the usual one. That's the one that never ever comes out. Maybe there's an invisible wall for him. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. It's odd. But that's the only one that I ever have to no-clip for. These other 2 are literally hiding elsewhere, and it is... One of them is probably up there. See, I would come back and get these guys later. I mean, I have that option. And there wouldn't even really be any backtracking because there's an interconnecting path. I just don't want to. I'm kind of afraid I'll lose track of how many I've killed. Of course, at this rate, I'll have to use IDDT anyway. Because these pieces of shit will not expose themselves. Or rather, reveal themselves. Expose themselves? That's kind of weird. Okay. Just to show you all I'm not crazy, and that I, in fact, can count. Oops, not that. IDDT. IDDT. Alright. Where are you at? I know there's 2 more of you. Okay, there's one. Yeah, you trying to hide. I can see you. Alright, well, there's one of the 2. I know for a fact I only killed 7 before getting that first one. Maybe the 8th one, like, got killed in the crossfire or something. Where are we at? Okay, there we are. Okay, well, while that one's exposed, let's go ahead and kill him before he flies out of sight again. Which way is he? Okay, he's over across the bridge. Okay, maybe I did actually kill 8. Yeah, there you are, you piece of shit. Freaking gas bags. Alright, I'll do another map check here in a sec. Let me just get to a nice comfy corner over here. Alright, we're going to stay zoomed in to make it easier to see. I'm going to try not to expose any future parts of the map to spoil any enemies that are over there. And again, I'm only doing this because these stupid things will constantly fly out of reach, giving me no other option. But, okay, it looks like I actually miscounted this time when I tried as hard as I could not to. I'm not seeing any other movement other than those little... those things with the tongues. Which are not hostile, by the way. They're just life forms. Okay, well, it looks like we're good. Okay, I'll trust the map. More than my brain. We've spent enough time out here anyway. So if we get to the very end and there's one kill left, oh, that's gonna suck. But I will backtrack. I'm not redoing a recording because of a missed kill if I don't have to. So, but if we go through here under the electric fungi, oh, look at this. We're in this room now, and we can now open those double doors. So this is the room where we killed those 2 spore flowers ahead of time. You can go through here if you wish. There is a bit of a dangerous fight. And the angle is not the most agreeable because the enemies are far, far away. So we're going to approach them from the other side later on. For now, let's go under the electric fungi. Smash those trash cans. And then we're going to go inside the vent. That's where we have to go. We have to drop down, but we're going to go inside the women's room first. Because we're just deviant like that. Yes, we are. Oh, you can't open the door from the other side. Can I jump over the... No? Okay. I think it can't open from the other side because it swings inward and it would trap you if it did. So let's just get some painkillers as well. And I think there's also a first aid kit. No, there's not. Okay, just painkillers. That's okay. I only had to use those first aid kits because I got a little overly excited around those stupid matongos. That's okay. And these double doors lead back into this hallway. And here's where we first entered the entrance to those maze-like areas. And another bottle of painkillers. But now we're going to explore this generator room here. Now, I will go ahead and say that door, by the way, does not open from either side, so you have to smash the window to get in here, which you do want to do. In this area is also secret number 5. We're not quite at it yet, but it is in this room. And this is a fairly big room. It's not just that one small area. But crouch under here to get this very obscurely hidden piece of junk. And then go around here. Here's secret number 5. See this very, very tiny recessed part of the wall? Look how hard that is to see. My crosshair is right on it. And I'm actually running in the wall right now. You can tell by the view bob. And I'm not going anywhere. That's because this is a door. And ooh, metal armor. Yes, please. As rare as that is, I will always take that. But, yep, secret number 5. And then if we go this way... Oh, yeah, this room. Okay. So, first things first. That tree looks awfully contrasty, does it not? Holy crap! Run, Forest! Run! So that tree, I don't know if it's called anything. It's not an enemy. It is not tagged as a kill because it's not an enemy. It is harmless, and literally all it does is run around. Oh, it's also indestructible. You can't kill it if you try. I remember I put a lot of Master Blaster shots into it once just to see if it could die, and it can't. But in this room, you probably saw them earlier. Yep, spore sample number 4. So only one more spore sample to find, and we're not too far away from it, actually. We have to go in those caves next, but first, remember that fight I told you, where you were going to be at that disagreeable angle? Here's the better angle. But there's 2 Gasbag colonies, 2 matongos, and 2 spore flowers. So we're going to take as many of these guys out from a distance as we can. Take cover from those Gasbag colony projectiles. There's the other colony. There we go. And you can probably hear the matonga. Yep, there's the matongos. There's the spore flowers. Oop, reload my Master Blaster. Let's go ahead and... I think the projectiles have a hard time firing through these handrails for some reason. But that's okay. Just aim high and you will burn them to a crisp. Whew, alright. Yeah, this is a pretty busy level. Not terribly hard, but if you don't pay attention to your surroundings, those can kill you just as easily as the bad guys. These doors also are only open from the other side. Yeah, there's a lot of doors like that in this map. there's a lot of areas that are worthy of backtracking if you missed anything. So Vostiak, or whoever created this specific map, wanted to give you a lot of options to, you know, come back to previously traveled to areas without having to actually backtrack. Kind of like the dungeons in Skyrim. Like, once you completed them, you could actually just, like, press a switch or pull a chain or flip a lever and you opened a shortcut back to where you entered it from, pretty much. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Well, Mr. Hairy Tree right there doesn't really know where he's going. We'll just let him be. He has run to the cave before. He actually did that in my practice run, too. But yes, inside this dark, scary cave with the electric fungi, which is also pretty linear. Don't let the seemingly branching pathways lull you into a false sense of alarm. But in this big room, we're going to have 2 gasbag colonies, one on either side. So go ahead and take... Whoa. Take them out first. And then inside this here pillar, yep, is a cartridge of 223 and secret number 6, which is that hole that we just saw. So we're going to go over here, jump onto this little caldera of the pillar, jump inside the hole, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Secret number 6, 6 of 9. Nice. Okay, so we have to go that way for level progression, but we're going to go up first. Because over here is not only another kill... Oh, ouch. But a set of doors we can finally open. And look at that, we're back in the first big area. So those are those double doors that we saw way back at the start. Alright. Be careful around the shocking fungi. I don't want to get hit by no thunder wave attacks, thank you very much. Around this big pillar here is another Matango, so do not miss him or let him get the drop on you. That would be very painful. And then in this somewhat open area, we not only have some gas bags floating around, but also the 5th and final set of gas bag spores. So now we have all 5 of the spore samples. So no more needing to collect them. What we are going to do now, though, is kill some gas bags. But be careful, there's Matongos too. And exploding tomatoes. Beware the exploding tomatoes. Yeah, don't do what the Matongos did and stand within the field of exploding tomatoes. Alright. Let's go ahead and actually explode the rest of the exploding tomatoes. I do not want a repeat of what happened earlier, please. Even though there's nothing else to actually kill out here, I'm still paranoid that I'll do something to make them explode. And you can't just walk on them to explode them, you have to shoot them or blow them up. These double doors lead back into the area with the gasbag colonies and the Matongos and the spore flowers. And then this over here is the double doors that lead back into this big second area with the stupid, stubborn gas bags. So you know what? Since we're now not coming back to this area again, I'm going to IDDT yet again. And I'm going to make doubly friggin' sure that all you gas bags, all you gas bags are good and dead. Oh, hey, look, I forgot to explode some exploding tomatoes. What a shame. Oh well. No big loss. Huh. But yeah, I guess I miscounted. I actually destroyed 8 at first. There was only 2 left, not 3. Hey. Works for me. No more stubborn gas bags. For now. Okay, so next things next. We're going to go inside here. And we're going to get a bit of a show in here. Hey, what the hell? What are you doing in here? Anyway, Matango versus 3 Cannibals. And the Matango usually wins. Look at that. Wow, he took like no damage at all. were you by chance one of the gas bags from the second big area, or were you from that previous area? Because I figured there was one fewer gas bag there than normal. Anyway, yeah, a little bit of an infight. Now, why did I use some 223 there? Well, we have a non-secret crevice here with another magazine of 223. Alright. Ooh, hey, more signs. Let's go ahead and take a bit of a breather and read these signs. Nothing here. One thing I do want to point out, one of the reasons you don't want to get too close to the Matongos, that melee attack they do, it's basically like the chainsaw. As long as you're close enough to them, it will hit you repeatedly. I don't know how much it hurts, and I don't really aim to find out. So yeah. Holywood. Guayacum centum. Let's see. Native... I don't gotta do that. Native to the Caribbean, Central America, and Africa, I guess. This species is almost extinct in the wild. Endangered. Looks more like a wall of grass to me. What we got over here? Lycast orchid. Lycasta ciliata. Okay, that says vulnerable. Ain't no way I'm gonna try to read that. No. I ain't doing that. Yellow coneflower. Echinacea paradoxa. Adapts to clay, dry, or rocky soil. Threatened. And more text that I'm not even gonna try to read. Alright, cool. Well, that was nice. Back to the action. Get the musket out. Because just beyond these doors... Oh, I missed. Yeah, 2 manslayers. But don't fret. Hi. You want to not, please? Thank you. Hey, manslayer, what are you doing? What do you got? What do you got? Boom! You ain't got shit. And you ain't got shit either. Freaking bug dogs. Alright. We're getting close. We're getting real close. We have collected all the spore samples there are to find. We just have to find the super seeds. The other 3 secrets, which are all in this last area. And yes, this is the last area. And get the remaining 42 kills. Yeah. There's a decent chunk of the 42. Come on. Bottleneck. I dare you. Yeah. You like that? Come on. Ooh, got your backy as a vampire. She is bloodthirsty. I was getting a little bit worried there for a second that I was going to back myself into a wall or that stanchion just outside the door and have them wail on me. Oh, this doesn't even have collision. Okay. Well, never mind. Some fear was averted then. Okay, and here, this door can only be opened from the other side. That is a secret, by the way. And this room just has a bundle of 4 shells. And nothing else. This looks like a conference room of sorts. That must be a projector screen. And let's see. Oh, that's right. I forgot you guys were over there. Hi. How are you? Do you guys like a face full of slugs? You don't? Aw. Oh well. The scavenger's generous. He gave them to you anyway. And in this room we're going to have some bug dogs. My mind is too fixated on gas bags. I just called bug dogs gas bags. But in this office area here... Oh yeah, I meant to say before I got surprised by those manslayers. This door just straight up can't be opened. This one I think also... Well, no, I think that one can. These are open from the other side, as is this one, if that one can even be opened. And then here is where we have to go next. But we need a silver utility key. The key will raise open that piece of wall which hides a switch. The switch is what opens that door. So we must find the silver utility key. Well, we must do that by going through this vent. Now, Here's a couple of really well hidden secrets. Normally, you fall down here, and you go for the key. Well, if you carefully run up against either wall, and don't look too far to the side, you can walk on the side, the very itty-bitty tiny little edge, and cross the gap. For secret number 7. 3 pieces of junk, some 9mm. There's that door that I mentioned. But we're not quite done. Do you guys like secrets within secrets? Well, how about secret number 8? And this one has a couple of pipe bombs, which I don't need, but I can change that. I can change that. Not right now, that's right. We have to actually get the key first. But we do have to go back through the vent. Yeah, we can't go back there any other way. I guess I could have dropped through the vent first and then opened the doors so I didn't have to crawl through the vent again, but yeah, whatever. Because now you can open the door. But let's go bowling. Wow, that was terrible. That was not quite so terrible. Alright, you know what? Actually, no, Bug Dog. You get shotgun. And you assholes taste fire. Fire. This cannibal's on fire. And then those doors are just locked. And you probably also hear a manslayer. Well, you know what we do to manslayers in this episode. I was going to say game. Technically, the game is Doom 2. This whole mod is running on Doom 2. But, oh wow. You know, usually he never even leaves the room that he's in. But he came out of there in my practice run, and now he's even further out now. That's, woo, different. Alright. You think you're crafty? Oh. You ain't crafty enough to dodge that, are ya? Bitch. But yeah, you can get a brief little glimpse of civilization. Oh, it's so close. Just gotta squeeze through these wooden planks. Nah, you can't really. Yep, but it looks like this is the front entrance. That looks like the parking lot. And this does look like a reception area. Here's the reception desk. But when this door cannot be opened, we have to go into this very brightly yellow-floored room to get the silver utility key. Awesome. Now be careful. Once you get the key and you go back out into this hallway, say cheese. Say cheese again. Ooh. Oh, that could have ended badly. Uh-oh. Oh, twofer. Love it. About to say, if that first cannibal got too close to me when I threw that pipe bomb, that could have gone very badly. But now that I've used a few pipe bombs, I can actually grab the 2 that were in that secret. Which is over here, I believe. Yep, here they are. Okay, 13 kills left in 1 secret, I believe. I know the last secret's inside that area. There's a Matongo down there. And I believe there's 13 more kills. I really hope there's not a missing gas bag. Oh, please no. I checked that map as diligently as I had to. But we'll find out. So we're going to enter this science lab looking area. Smash those windows, but be careful. There's 2 Matongos waiting for you. Ooh. I wasn't even trying to get the one in the rear, but I did. That sounded weird. I wasn't trying to get the rear one, but I did. I was certain I mean, I saw the shot past the first one, but I thought it wasn't going to hit this one, but it did. Life is kind of cool sometimes. But anyway, man, what were they doing in here? Cultivating all these nuclear bioluminescent fungi, it looks like. Oh, and we have a little spore flower waiting for us, do we? Hey, spore flower. Say cheese! Hey, he said cheese. You say cheese too. And you too. There's going to be one more spore flower over here. There's going to be 2 guarding the door over here. Okay, I think we're good, because the final room, which is just over there, the seeds are in that room. We're going to have one spore flower guarding the seeds, one spore flower right there, and 2 matongos. Yep, that's all the kills. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. But before we do that, secret number 9, going to involve a little bit of the platforming. And that's the hardest jump, by the way. Strafe jump from that platform up to here. Jump across these, I guess these are sprinklers. And then strafe jump over the fenced area here. And yeah, the actual sector you have to trigger is this small patch right here. Not sure why, but it is. Get your supplies. And friggin' yeah, let's do it, man. We beat Biodome. Well, almost. We have some obstacles left. Let's light that spore flower on fire. Let's then light some matongos on fire. Oh, whoa. Okay. Oh my... Okay, hey, Scaver, are you drunk? There we go. Jeez. I think once again I got a little too excited. That's okay. It was a small hit. I think the metal armor is also helping out with that. And then the final kill is right over here. And there's your super seeds. And once again, I'm missing one item, and I'm pretty sure that's a first aid kit. I think there was one in or around the beginning area, like maybe in the lobby, back when I didn't need them. But that's okay. But yeah, we got the seeds. Plant samples, find a buyer. And I think the Water Baron in Prosperity, or specifically Uptown, is the only one who actually buys those. But, go down here, we get a big old bag of shells, which I don't need, and painkillers, which I do. And we're done. Let's head back into... Uh-oh. Could this be? Pipeworks. Yet again. And that's it. We're done. Biodome is done. Ooh, man, what a marvelously massive map that is. And you know what? Other than the very stubborn Gasbags who don't want to die, and who just want to fly all around and hide and never come out, that is a very enjoyable map. You would think that the maze-like areas would be annoying, and maybe they are that your first couple of ventures through, but they're really not that bad. And again, they're basically linear. There's some linking pathways, and then there's dead ends. So there's really only one way to go. Thankfully, they didn't make it too complicated. But, yeah. Though, I will say, I'm pretty sure the Scaver, as well as myself, does not want to see another Matongo for as long as I live. Because, holy crap, that map is full of them. But that is a perfect place for him to live, a botanical garden that's been overrun with all kinds of radiation and crap. And I don't think you see them ever again after that. I don't think there's any in the remaining maps. So yeah, no more Matongos, I believe. But yeah, so we got the spore samples. We found all 5 of them. We got the super seeds. All we got to do now is worm our way through the final part of Pipeworks, which is also going to be a very short venture. Even shorter than part 2, I believe. Because in here we just got to find the final secret and get some more kills. We're not going to have all the kills because there's still those roamer guards that are standing about, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, we're going to find the final secret here, exit back to Badlands, and turn in all of our stuff. And now that we have the seeds, and we also cleared the gas tunnels and turned that objective into patch, we'll also finally gain access to Uptown. Ooh, mysterious, prestigious Uptown. Now, Uptown is its own map. It's actually labeled MAP25. I don't think I'll be making a video just for Uptown. I think I'm going to include that in Badlands Part 2. Because, yeah, it's its own map. It's not even considered an intermission map, but there's really no need. It's literally just dialogue. For the path that I'm taking, there's no kills to be had. There's no secrets there. There's like 2 characters to talk to. One of those being the Baron. The other one, I'm not spoiling. And then that's it. The dialogue trees are kind of long-ish, but nothing too bad. But that'll be for next time. Well, next time. Pipeworks Part 3 is next, and then Badlands Part 2. And then from there, well, we'll just have to see, won't we? But for now, that was Biodome. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all have an amazing rest of your day or night. I don't know why there's no music. I guess you have to walk a bit more into Pipeworks for it to trigger. But anyway, I will see you all next time when we finally finish Pipeworks and venture back into Badlands. So until that time comes, I will see you all when I see you. Bye-bye.